I am recording with the Cyberlink UCam right now, which is why we are dealing with this grainy awesomeness. Yeah, this is the best I can do with this right now. Since I am at my grandparents' house, they are at the beach right now. I can tell you that because by the time I put this on YouTube, they'll be back and it won't matter. Because I don't like telling people like where I'm going, when I'm going, because you shouldn't do that. Don't tell people you're going on vacation and plaster it on Facebook. That's like, hi, I'm not going to be home. Please come rob me. No, don't do that. See, what you do is you go on vacation and then you come back and post pictures of your vacation. Don't do it while you're gone, okay? This little tip there. And yes, I'm in a swivelly chair, so I will be probably will be doing this a lot, but whatever. So, if I can I get let's try exposure. Can I get exposure? Auto, go to auto. That's a little better. Oh, too dark. And they're like little. I can't like on the screen. I keep seeing these little things like shooting around like bugs, but I'm not seeing bugs like in front of me. I don't know what the deal is. I've seen two little like gnat-looking things that zip through the air behind me, but I don't see any gnats. And I've been here since like 7 o'clock. It's 8:29 now, so I don't know what the deal with those things are. I guess it's dust. I'm gonna call it dust. I don't know. So my high school had this thing called Senior Wills, where you could leave things to your friends. And it wasn't like material things. It was like concepts and ideas and experiences, and it was printed into the. If I can try and fold this over because I don't want to show you where I went to school. I'll show you my school mascot. But it's like, yeah, see, that's kind of. You can see the top part, and yeah, there's a bottom part. And it was, just an alphabetical list of the students and what they left. Now, okay, so I don't know if other schools do this, or if it's a Southern thing, or if it's just my school's thing. I have no idea when it started, and I don't know if they're still doing it. So, as for the history of this, I have no earthly idea. I don't think my grandparents' class did it, and I will have to ask my mom later on if her class from the 1970s did it. I don't think so, and I also don't know if she would remember if they did it or not. I'm not gonna read you what my friends left me or what I don't have the attention span to read through all this because my senior wills thing to give you an idea of how many people I went to to give you an idea of how many people were in my senior class. This is how thick it is. Yeah. Anyhow. So I thought it'd be interesting to read to you what I left my friends. And my friends had fairly common names, so I'll just read the whole thing out loud. Okay. Apparently, and I graduated when I was 17, so I came up with whatever this was when I was 17. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here we go. I leave Shannon, Jeepers Creepers, Hide and Seek, Roller Skates, Tiffany, Beach Lady, Beanie Baby War, Scrabble Words, Road Trip, Mine's Warmer, Sleeping Bag, 5:45 a.m. phone calls, where am I at? Door chimes, Talking in Our Sleep, the beach we go to that I'm not going to name on YouTube for all to hear, 8th grade beach trip incident, toilet paper rolling, TGP, Stacy, spelled wrong, My Klutzy Ways, that is what it literally says. I don't know who typed this, but they spelled my friend's name wrong and they put Ways. Yeah. Sci-Fi, the channel. Road Trip, Canada Dream, 80s Tunes, X-Men, Ghosts, Galaxy Star, and Igloo. Kim, Snoopy and Woodstock, Your Birthday Party Surprise. Amy, the 129 Ditch Rides, and Johanna, Cameras. Yeah. Okay, so some explanation to some of those things. For some reference, I graduated in May of 2001, and I was 17 years old, so this is from 17-year-old me, from 16, this is like 16 years ago. Yeah. And I'm going to scan this for my class's reunion Facebook website, I will not be attending the reunion, because I'm still friends with the people I was already friends with, so I don't see the point. But anyhow, okay, so Jeepers Creepers. Jeepers Creepers was an incident involving a talent show with me and Shannon. Or Shannon and I, me and Shannon, whichever. So, we've been friends since, like, 2nd grade, and back in middle school, we took drama together and things like that, so, no, actually, I think this Jeepers Creepers incident was in middle school. I can't remember exactly when it was, but whenever this Jeepers Creepers incident was, basically, for the talent show, in front of the entire class, entire audience, we decided to do the Jeepers Creepers song from, like, I don't know when it came out. This is, like, way before that Sci-Fi Channel movie came out, so, like, it was, like, Jeepers Creepers, yeah, and I can't sing and I can't act worth anything. But anyhow, where we failed epically was we never had enough time to practice together, to rehearse, because it was pretty much school and then home. That was it. Like, we did not live close enough to each other to practice after school. That just was not possible. So at some point during the performance, we tried to do synchronized movements with, no practice and no discussion. So you know how this is going. Yeah, at some point I think we tried to do I don't know what other people call it, but growing up here, we called it the Orville Redenbacher. We tried to do that movement, and I think one of us did it, the other didn't, and didn't quite. I think Shannon did it, and then I didn't pick up on what she was trying to do, and I just didn't do it. So we were all out of sync, and it was just epic fail. But anyhow, so I left her that. And the Orville Redenbacher, which is probably called something else somewhere else, is basically when you take your hands like this, and yeah, Orville, if you don't know, Orville Redenbacher was on, like, Popcorn a lot back in, like, the 80s and 90s. Just look up Orville. I have absolutely no idea how you spell his name. I think Orville is Orville, and then Redenbacher. Good luck with that one. Just guess and type in popcorn. So basically what you do for the Orville Redenbacher is to make your hands like this. Sort of like the OK symbol. I think this is OK. And you flip your hands upside down, like these two fingers on your cheeks, and you put your pinky behind your ears, and you make glasses like this. And I hope this somehow ends up as one of the icon choices. But yeah, these are the Orville Redenbacher glasses that she did and I didn't catch on. So yeah. Anyhow, hide and seek. I don't remember what hide and seek was, so no idea. And then roller skates probably refers to the incident back in, like, maybe around 7th grade drama class, where I had to be an understudy for somebody who was pretty much about half my size and had significantly smaller feet than my, like, size 9s. I think I mentioned this before. Basically what happened was I had to skate across the stage in roller skates that were two sizes too small on a stage that was uneven, like the planks were not perfectly lined up. Plus, I cannot skate, and I fell flat on my ass while I was being recorded by the drama teacher. Yep, that happened. I don't know if that tape still exists, and I never saw it. So I don't know if she played it for any of her other classes. I kind of hope she did because that was hilarious, but I never saw it. Okay, so for Tiffany, I have absolutely no recollection of what Beach Lady was. Like, I don't remember. She might, I have no idea. Beanie Baby War. Okay, Beanie Baby War was a game that we invented at my grandparents' beach house. So, in one of the rooms, it has 2 queen-size beds. So you walk into the room, and there's, like, a queen-size bed here, it's like I'm walking. There's like you walk into the room. There's a queen size bed here. There's like a little gap, and then there's another queen size bed and some space, and then the closet. So what you did with Beanie Baby War, like you could use like Thai Beanie Babies, knockoff Beanie Babies. It didn't matter. Regular bean bags or whatever. It didn't matter. But I just had a crap load of Beanie Babies because my grand was one of those people that, oh my god, we should say these are going to make us a fortune. And we have a ton of Beanie Babies now. But anyhow, so to make use of all those Beanie Babies, what we would do is we would each get on either side of our bed. Like I would get on the right side of my bed and she would get on the left side of her bed. And we would take a pile of Beanie Babies and set them down. And basically what you did was you took one Beanie Baby at a time and just chucked it over the side and tried to hit your friend. It ended up being like, it wasn't like, we didn't actually hit each other that often. Most of the time the Beanie Babies would either knock something down, like a huge giant brass sailboat off the wall. A few landed on the ceiling fan. Most would actually hit each other and then land funny. And then we ended up making it a thing to where you had to pose like the Beanie Baby landed. So and somehow it ended up being hilarious. Okay, so these are Scrabble words. So, and this also goes to Stacy. So the way my friends and I play Scrabble is there is one rule and only one rule. If you can pronounce it, it's a word. That's it. So I may do a video later, or maybe a slideshow of some of our more interesting Scrabble games. I have to find them because they are not on this computer right now. But I think it started out with Whamgen. I think Whamgen was the first word we came up with. We've also ended up. The only thing I can think of right now is like you can you can add words and things to other people's words, and if you have a swear word or dirty word, you have to put it down. The only thing I can think of right now is when Stacy ended up with Hot Hades Obey. There's like several others, including like multiple swear words and dirty phrases that we've stuck on the boards. But yeah, that's how we play Scrabble. We call it Dirty Scrabble. Yeah, there you go. Have fun with that. Mine's warmer is just me talking in my sleep while hugging a sleeping bag instead of getting into it. 5:45 a.m. phone calls. At least sometime in high school, I called my friend's house in my sleep. Her parents answered and then I hung up. At least I didn't call 911. Yeah. Okay, so door chimes. I'm gonna can I show you the door? I'm gonna try to take you with me to show you the door chimes thing. So back in like I'm not messing something up by unplugging everything. Okay, so back in high school, I would have you already know I'm ADD, and I was even worse ADD back in high school. And I would just randomly run up and down the halls because I was so freaking hyper. I had to get my energy up. Might actually have been ADHD back in the day, but I don't know. So there were times when I would go running through this hallway that you see behind me. And there you go. There's the door chimes. Yeah. See. Yeah. It's kind of grainy, but I'm trying to hold the thing. Yeah. They sound better than that. But there were times when I would go running through this hallway and I would accidentally hit the door chimes and I've knocked the door chimes down. I've randomly tripped and just ripped the whole entire works box and all off the wall. There was one time I went running down that hallway and I stopped where that door is and I had a door chime in my hand. And then I had to go downstairs and laugh my ass off because that was just freaking hilarious. Because, yeah. Anyhow, so there's the door chimes. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to set back down. Because this laptop is kind of heavy. Yeah, this is an awesome view. Anyhow, okay, so moving on. This is turning out to be a long video, but you know, what can you do? Okay. So, where am I at? Yeah, talking in our sleep. Yeah, Tiffany and I had a tendency to have full-blown conversations while both dead asleep. From what I heard, it mostly involved making grocery lists for some reason. Yeah. two teenage girls dead asleep talking about going grocery shopping in our sleep. You think it'd be more interesting, but no, apparently that's what we were talking about in our sleep. Grocery shopping. Yeah. Okay, what else? I'm not going to mention the 8th grade beach trip incident. It took me a minute to remember what this was, but for our 8th grade graduation, my class, the 8th grade was broken up into two teams, and each team got to go to the beach at a different time, just because like there were so many of us. And they took, I'm not going to say which beach it was. It was one that's here in our state, and it was in North Carolina, and it's more of a fort than a beach. When I think of beach, I think of, ocean and sand. No, I mean, we could go swimming, but it wasn't the kind of beach you'd want to go swimming on, because I don't remember there being any sand, and there was like poles in the water or something. I'm like, no. And we also got to explore the forts, which was awesome. But anyhow, there was this one day where they took us out to eat at some restaurant, and we were allowed to order non-alcoholic drinks. Yeah, you know where this is going. So, I mean, I know now it was more psychological than it was like, yeah. So we ordered them, and a few of my friends started acting kind of goofy, and I think one friend kind of had some kind of had a reaction to something she drank, and so for a while we kind of thought that they gave us the wrong drinks, so that was referred to as the 8th grade beach trip incident, that we thought the waitress gave us, like 8th graders, alcoholic drinks instead of the non-alcoholic drinks. It had mostly something to do with one of my friends noticing the waitress having a look on her face. I never saw it, so I'm like, okay, whatever. But now I think it was more psychological, because I've actually had alcohol, and I did not have anywhere near the same reaction to the hyperness that we all experienced back in the 8th grade. Now I drink anything, and I'm going to take a nap. And okay, so back to this thingy. Where was I? Okay, so yeah, that was the 8th grade beach trip incident. And then toilet paper rolling. I do not remember what that was at all. Nor do I have the slightest idea of what PGP was. Not a clue. And I think I've asked her before, and I don't think she remembers what PGP is either. So my klutzy ways was just a reference to my random clumsy incidences that I've had. Like, growing up, I was clumsy as heck. Like, there was one time I was sitting here in my computer chair, like a completely different chair, and back when we had those big boxy computers with a big old computer tower, I'm just sitting here like, whatever. Like, somehow in this same motion, I managed to get my foot stuck in a trash can and roll back into a glass top table and bust the table. There was one time when I was walking down, like, trying to walk down the steps, but there was like stuff on the stairs, and so I tried to go over the banister, and I did, and I was trying to climb down, and I just heard this like noise or whatever, and the banister separated from the stairs, and banister and I both went down into the floor. So I have fallen down the stairs, up the stairs, and off the stairs, taking the banister with me. Again, that time I went running down the hallway and ripped the door chimes off the wall. There's one time when I was younger and a lot dumber, I tried to balance beam walk the porch railing in socks after it had rained. I landed in the bushes. Where else would you land when you try something that stupid? Let's see, there was one time I tripped over the cat and smacked my head on the coat rack. What else have I done? Well, I know I've done a lot more, but that's all I can think of right now. Oh, there's one time Tiffany and I were chasing each other through the house, and I just slammed into the door and knocked the plexiglass panel out of it, and somehow it fell out of the door, hit me in the head, and cracked. And a whole bunch of other things that I've done. Sci-fi is just the Sci-Fi Channel road trip. Oh, the road trip! Duh! I wasn't connecting it with, because Senior year for spring break, Tiffany, Stacy, and I went on our own to my grandparents' beach house and spent like a week there, and we recorded it. And I've been trying to put it onto DVD, but I'm having technical difficulties because like the disc won't read or whatever. So yeah, that will probably never be on YouTube, but it exists. I mean, I might one day put clips of me doing whatever, but there's not really that much because the last portion of our senior year beach trip kind of got cut off when my grandfather decided not to check the tape when he was filming my little cousin's preschool graduation. So, thanks, Pop. Because yeah, it is on like one of those like 8mm tape things. Yeah. Canada Dream. I might do a video on random dreams I've had if anyone's interested. It was just some random dream I had that involved Canada. I don't remember what that was right now. I have it written down somewhere, but I have no memory of what it actually was. 80s tunes is just, some of these are self-explanatory. 80s tunes, X-Men, Ghosts is just like actual, like, ghosts. Galaxy Star, oh good lord. Somewhere, but like sometime around the 8th grade, I think, 8th grade, like 8th grade summer, like between 8th grade and freshman year, or like somewhere in middle school, I wrote a really, really crappy Star Wars Young Jedi Knights fan fiction. Yeah, my one and only fan fiction, so do not expect any more fan fiction out of me. And yes, it does exist somewhere in the internet. Yeah, we're just gonna leave it at that. It's under a completely different name than my username here. Good luck if you want to find that one. Yes, okay, so Kim, she just really, really liked Snoopy and Woodstock and like anything that was sort of hippie-ish. And we also threw her a surprise birthday party at her, I think it was her dad's antique store. My friend Kim passed away like shortly after we graduated. Maybe like, what year was it? In the early 2000s. Like, she had an aneurysm and she left behind her husband and 2 kids. So yeah, so with the birthday party, all I really remember about that one was there was one time where we thought that she was coming, so we all hid. And it turned out to be someone else. So when I got up, I didn't see this gigantic Coca-Cola bottle cap sign. And I just whacked my head right on it like a gong. I mean, it made a gong noise too. So for a while, I was known as, I cannot sing. It was like, always Coca-Cola gong. Yeah, that I got called that for a bit. Yep. And, yeah, anyhow, okay. So Amy W., the 129 ditch rides. She was one of my younger underclassmate friends who rode the same bus as me. The 120, like a few of my other, had a few other classmates on. This was like the only bus I ever rode. And this is what will make me be one of those parents that drives their children to and from school until they get their own driver's license. Yeah, our bus driver could not drive worth a lick. We didn't ride like this, we rode like this because we were in a ditch half the time, I shit ye not. Yeah, and my bus had also, I shit ye not, strip poker and flamethrowers. You think I'm joking, I'm not. Thankfully, the strip poker never actually got anywhere indecent. It was mostly, sock, shoelace, ring, one earring, other sock, shoe. Like, I think the most we ever got to was someone's bra from under their shirt. You never saw anything. You just kind of saw their bra. That was it. And then there's this one time this kid had hairspray and a lighter and this made a flamethrower out of it down the aisle. That happened. Also, my bus was so crowded, I've had to, on a few occasions, ride on somebody's lap. That was always interesting. But yeah, so, and that, and a few times where someone had to, sit, sort of between, scrunch themselves between the seats in the aisle, and just kind of, balance between the two. Yeah, our bus was that packed. I don't know how our bus driver didn't get into trouble for that, but yeah. Totally safe. Flamethrower, strip poker, and riding in the aisles. Yeah, safety first. Anyhow, so, and for Johanna, we were in graphic arts together, and we took pictures and actually got to develop them with, like, you know, the solution and all that. So that's what that was. And I think this video is long enough, and you will see me tomorrow with an actual tag. I think I might do the vinyl tag tomorrow or something close to it. Okay, bye.